race, it's like, okay, there's so many there's like so many complex things going on.
There is,
that
but there is, but there isn't, right? That's one of the reasons why I said follow. Because if you follow, then you can put your car in exactly the same position that you would when you're on your own. You might have to slow down a little bit more, but your car positioning can be exactly the same.
You've got to remember that the racing line that you would be racing on if you was on your own is the clean part of the track. That's the grippiest part, it's the fastest part. And if you're racing against somebody that means that you can't be on that racing line, you're not on the fastest part, you're on the dirty part as well, which means you've got to go through the corners slower. But also, because it's the dirty part of the track, you've got to brake a bit earlier. And that's why when I went for a move inside of Fluffy, I was braking off the racing line and hit him. I didn't wait for him.
You need to brake earlier there, Steve.
I should have.
I tell you what, though, I was really hoping Gary would be missing the race this week. It was so peaceful without him on Thursday.
I take it you're live streaming now.
I am, yeah.
Well, the flight might get delayed, yeah.
That's true, yeah.
I don't even know if my microphone's shared. I'll have to check. Oh yeah, it is. Good afternoon, Gary.
Oh, Gary. Gary just takes a photo.
Gary.
Oh, hang on. Everyone be quiet for a minute, then go.
What the living hell was that?
That's where Gary's missus goes, what the fuck are you listening to? What the fuck are you watching, you pervert?
What?
Sorry, Fluffy, I gave it up your ear end a bit hard there.
There's so many jokes I can say there, man. It's unfortunate I can't say them.
Right, Lewis, click the green arrow and we can start a race. Just double check.
I'm like Eric Cartman. I'm like Eric Cartman when he's so frustrated.
Unfortunately, Steve, Gary had his headphones in.
Yeah.
Oh, Gary.
You would have made him laugh.
Oh, Gary the snail from SpongeBob. Oh my god. Great comparison. My virgin ears.
What could he?
My virgin ears. Okay, alright. This won't happen. I am not first in this championship.
Why are you not first? Why are you not first? Oh, Conrad or Bunsell would be, but
because I
not here
have 13 points.
Yeah, but Conrad and Bunsell aren't practicing at the moment, so that's why you're on pole at the moment.
Bad start.
Oh, Dave, you're alright.
Oh, that's too slow, too much letting go.
You're alright, you've got a gap, Slower and on track is better than faster and in the barrier.
Interesting line there, Steve.
Yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable.
Interesting line to honour.
How am I doing? I've got the speed on the way out then.
Oh, sorry. I was just sort of cruising into the corner there. My bad. I was too busy watching Dave shaking his ass.
Avoided you, that would have been massive.
tiny bit longer there.
Don't do it, Dave! Don't do it!
You're crazy. Crazy man.
I fucking backed out,
Oh
man.
no!
Oh,
Oh,
no.
dear. Oh,
Hey,
what
that's
happened?
your own fault.
Dead.
Oh, holy shit,
Dave.
what was that? That was a load of lag.
What happened there?
I think it was a big shitload of lag.
Yeah, you fucking intruded my body.
I don't know what happened, so I'm just gonna...
I basically made Steve and Steve shit
Bit of a lag off
themselves.
Steve F1 then.
I was trying to give room to Dave and he wasn't even there.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Jason. Go on, Jason, you go. I'll stuff these fuckers from overtaking.
Oh shit!
You stick on it there. Come on.
What was that? Oh, sorry. This is found the marbles.
Fudge! But somehow still first. That's a question I may have to ask.
Come on, Steve. I'm here. Now. Steve.
Not me, not me.
Yeah, my name's called Steve, so you got me.
It wasn't me.
Sent Dave into me and Dave went out there.
I think I better just give the Tyler a little nudge into the barrier.
Uh-oh.
Right,
Uh-oh.
Lewis, don't worry about what's behind you, just drive forwards. Obviously turn when there's a corner, but...
Dave! Can't believe you just hit Jason like that. Yeah. Just
Just the road safe. Do unto others as they do unto you.
I'm not sucking you off, Dave.
Okay, now. I thought it was laggy, it's weaving.
And the tyre saving plans have just gone out the window.
Sorry. That was nearly a biggie.
Too tight in. Turned in too early.
Fuck off, Tyler.
Lewis, you weren't meant to bid it. Come on,
Sit
don't
on me, man.
Ah!
Okay, careful, coming back up.
Fudge, fudge, and fudge, and fudge, and fudge, and fudge.
Focus.
Chocolate cake.
Ah, god damn it.
Thanks, Steve. It's opened a big door for me then.
Ah, this is why I hate this.
Just call me Moses.
Oh, no, I'm Moses. Remember the last race? Okay, didn't realise that. Okay. I remember that. What's going on?
Fuck. I looked at my mirror to see what was happening there. Oh, I still made the corner.
But you made a clear advantage over it. You overtook someone for a clear advantage.
Didn't touch anybody.
You'll get a pen for that.
You're doing a bit of tire
Because
saving,
remember
Dave,
the,
by doing straight.
the Red Bull ring? I got 15 minus.
I was going to say 15 miles then.
Uh-oh. Get out of there.
Really good picture.
Okay. Ah, for God's sake. What was I meant to do? Like, what was I meant to do?
Oops, sorry there.
Right. But thanks for the boost, though. Ah, go for a risky move.
Not down there, it's not worth it. I've tried risky moves into that hairpin. They don't work. If you're on the left of someone, you do not want to be going for it, that's for certain.
Oh, crap. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Gotta lift off really much. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Lewis has just had his first orgasm.
Shut up. What is with people with dive bombing? Jesus. I've never seen so much dive bombing behind me in my life.
There's no one behind you, is there?
There was.
Oh. Dive bombers.
Footage. Don't care anymore. Footage. Look at it.
Steve's closed in.
I will save this footage. And I will look. How much speed you're carrying?
Oh, where'd you go, Steve?
He went to Narnia and then came back. Oh, no! Yes! We did it! We did it! Mission accomplished, boys. That's gotta be saved. That's gotta be saved as comedy of the year. That's gotta be saved as comedy.
Gary's message
I gotta
saying,
save footage.
I am the steward, lol. Alright then, Gary, what do you make of that move on Steve F1 then?
Oh, it was spectacular, Jeff. It was spectacular.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable, indeed.
The thing is, if I'd have passed Steve on the right hand side, I'd have completely expected Steve to put me in the pit lane.
Well,
you would have done.
it went so well, and then I messed it up altogether. Hate my life.
Right, we're moving on to 20-minute races now, just to let you know the races are double in on.
Interesting thing there, Lewis, was
I'm
right.
checking the footage. Okay.
You were doing fine until I got really close to your bumper. I'm guessing you had a look at where I was, and that's what led to you making a mistake in the corner. What'd be interesting? Gary says outrageous, by the way. What'd be interesting, actually,
Just get the drink.
to try with you sometime, Lewis, would be, or even whenever you next practice, you know how my guide video shows how to get around the track on the racing line. What you might find useful to do is to drive off the racing line, so you can work out what you need to do to stay on the track. Now, I'm not saying if you're going for overtakes, but it's a little bit like you had the little off and a couple of cars are coming past you. They're all taking the racing line, so it's handy to know what you need to do to be able to get around the corners. How much more you might have to slow down or turn or whatever it is. It's a very handy thing to do.
Yeah, it's a good thing to do, because if you can put somebody under pressure and defend so they go off the racing line, I'm not saying you staying on the racing line guarantees you'll overtake them, but if you can get them out of shape, you've got a better chance of overtaking them. But sometimes the best way to defend is by staying on the racing line, because you've got the better part of the track. But it doesn't always mean that you can always defend just by staying on the racing line, because you can't always.
It's like the speed is great and all, right? It's just that one little pressure. Like, I can handle it for, like, I don't know how long I did handle it for, but
it's easier pressure-wise to follow than it is to be followed.
I think next season you'll find that easier to deal with, because with it being qualifying, I'm not saying it will mean that you're at the back, but you'll be following faster cars. That's what happens when people qualify. And obviously, if you are the fastest, you will qualify at the front, so you should be able to pull away or stay ahead. So you will feel less pressure, but it just means that at the moment, because you're near the bottom of the championship, you're starting on pole, you're always going to be under pressure until everyone's gone past you.
It's like, it's just that to what, because people came out of nowhere, right? When I was normally driving, people kept coming out of nowhere, and that makes me think, okay, let's try and defend a bit, and then let's try and defend this position.
Thing is,
when I'm doing those two things at the same time, it's like,
yeah,
uneven balance.
You're trying to do this too much at the same time. Fluffy should be able to tell you about this. Alright, Fluffy, just going to ask you a couple of questions. What happened when I first started helping you? Yeah. And then when you started doing what I was telling you, did you find that to start off with, you was slow? Okay. So the trick for Fluffy was that he focused on just doing what he was doing and not trying to necessarily defend. Oh, well, Tyler, what on earth has happened there?
Dave the Arts car didn't move.
Ah.
I take it he's not here. I think we're going to need a restart. We'll have a restart.
Yeah, restart.
Yeah, it's right, Lewis. So what Fluffy did and Gary had a similar thing when I started helping them.
Yes,
Was
I'm winning.
all of that they were doing the things that I was telling them to do, but they
know,
weren't
right,
as
Twilight.
high up
Cheers, boys.
in the race order,
Ran
right?
it out, didn't you?
But after a while, instead of going for overtakes and just following the cars ahead, what they were able to do was bit by bit by bit get faster and faster and faster, and it be easier and more natural. So rather than you focusing on, oh, should I defend, should I do this, should I do that, what you should focus on is stick to the racing line as much as you can, and if someone's going to go for an overtake, then let them go for it. There's probably not a lot you can do. And let's face it, if you've got a car in front of you, you can follow them.
That's true.
What am I doing down there?
Gary,
It's just, I get your point of view, right? I get it. But, however, when because people have a different side to braking points. Because when you're following the person, that person will have a different braking point than I do
well,
in a race.
wow,
Because
well,
it's going to
you
be...
see, if your braking point is different, and I don't mean any offence by this, if your braking point is different, it's probably wrong. Let's put it this way, if your braking point is different to mine, it's wrong.
Can I just say something else on that though as well? That if you are finding that people in front of you are braking earlier than you, you've got to think, why are they braking earlier? Is it because they've got lots of cars in front of them and they're being cautious? So them braking early isn't their braking point being earlier, they're just being a bit more cautious because they've got cars in front of them. Even if they've got one car in front, I do this, if I've got one car in front, I will brake a little bit earlier than I would do if I was out on the track on my own. Because I don't want to hit the car in front.
Nice cough, Dave. Well timed. Normally.
But what, like I said before, though, and Steve F1 has, you can brake early, but still go into the corner at the same time, the same speed, just by braking early but not as hard, and just by not coasting into the corner, but gradually bringing your speed down into the corner rather than suddenly bringing it down at the last minute. It also makes your tyres last loads more. Just ask Dave the about that.
Yeah. What was going to
Well,
say?
the man's not to stop then, like, look.
Right, waiting on Tyler coming back, I think.
Yeah, even Gary said you were doing well until I put you under pressure. I mean, to be fair, I had no intention of attacking Lewis. I just thought I'll put him under a little bit of pressure here, see how he copes.
Right, Dave, you need to click green arrow and then we can start again.
Yeah.
I have.
There we go. Not you, the other one.
Alright.
Can you put me into dead last? Just kidding.
Just having a good day.
If you want to,
If you'd have said that earlier, I would have done. But the best thing to do is just accelerate off the line as you would do normally. Yeah. At the end of the pit lane, move into the space to the right. Just accelerate off the start and then just move to the... Well, if you're on the left, move left. If you're on the right, move right. Yeah,
Right.
you need the pit entry. So just accelerate and move to the right and move so that everyone come back by.
I'll
Then
do
follow
the
them.
catch-up game and then let's see
Yeah.
if I can...
Or go
that's
for
how-
it on the first lap. Go for it on the first lap and pit at the end of lap 1.
and then you come out at the back.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone move to the left. Right, there you go. Right, catch-up game starts.
Because what you'll find is, I mean, you've already caught back up, and that's because we can't go that fast because there's cars ahead. see who gets sideways down here. Oh, Steve F1, SGP.
Yeah, I went hard on the brakes to take evasive. You'd be better off, Lewis. You're better off, Lewis, not trying to do the overtakes, just watch what the people are doing.
Yeah.
Just try and drive as close as you can, but without hitting them.
Yeah, don't overtake anyone. That's what I was saying about following people. If you took him...
If they make a mistake and end up off the track, then yeah, fair enough, go past them.
Other than that, just stay behind
follow.
Steve F1's now thinking, oh shit.
He's thinking, I need to get past Fluffy quick.
The speed that I'm carrying is too much, Jeff.
Slow down then,
slow down.
Right, this bit would normally be flat out to begin with. Lift off before the left.
That's what I do.
Oh, I've missed the wall curb.
Oh, Tyler's into that barrier. Don't. Oh, fucking hell. I thought Fluffy was going to end up in the pits when he didn't want it, but he wanted it.
I can still remember the times where you see me the first time, I made a big impact. Big impact. But then...
Into the back of Gary.
Yeah.
But that was then. And then now reality...
I made a big impact into the back of Gary as well, and he fucking loved it. His wife was a bit jealous though.
Oh,
he ain't got a wife, has he? I think it's a girlfriend.
There's always a gap for him. You don't get the joke. I hate you all for leaving me out of this.
Don't go for it, Liz.
I can hear like a little. Don't do it.
Lewis, follow me. Didn't have to drop that far back. Go on, Fluff, go through. Alright, Lewis, just follow me, yeah?
Yeah.
Just try and stay as close to the back of me as you can. Obviously, you don't have to be on my rear bumper.
Understand.
Just so you know, down here with all these cars in front of me, I'd just lift off. Nice and early.
Oh, too tight.
Just how you like it, Dave.
Titan with people watching.
Ooh, the grass.
Oh, man. Dead. Dead.
How easy?
Absolutely dead.
You pushed up the side, you see? You'd have followed.
I was trying. I was literally trying. It's just. No, I can't really complain about the boost or anything. It's just that I carry some.
The thing is though, Lewis, right, you're saying
Too much speed, not
you're carrying
more
so
speed.
much more speed into a corner, you're carrying too much speed into a corner. If we're in a gaggle of cars and you're catching us really quick on the way into a corner, you're going too fast. And you're not going to be able to come out of the corner as quick as you should be able to. That's why I'm sort of saying follow me, because you'll notice I've stayed right on the back of whatever car is in front of me, and I'm not pushing at all. I'm just cruising. I'm lifting off early, I'm not accelerating hard, I'm literally doing the bare minimum. Sorry Dave, seeing as you're the one in front of me now. But I'm not pushing to stay with them. So like down here, with you being that close, lift off the throttle now and just coast down the hill. And the big long corners, if they're corners where you feel you're carrying more speed in, honestly, it's because you're taking a tight entry. Whereas look, I'm taking this wide line out here. And yeah, you could chuck it up the inside, but what's going to happen? You'd run wide, and I'd just floor it past you here. I mean, I've not pushed it, and look, I'm still right behind the cars ahead. And this is also where looking after your tyres comes into it.
Is actually not helping. The boost is
The boost
helping
is
slash not helping for me, because if it is training and that, it's like I am having too much. You know what I mean?
That's not because of the boost.
It's not the boost's fault.
Fucking hell, Tyler, that was close.
How did you get in SGP?
Followed you. Oh, look in your mirror. I was always planning on going in. Oh, sorry. At that point.
It's alright, it's alright. No problem. Alright, Lewis, you know I said follow me. You're gonna have to overtake Fluffy now. But not on the way into a corner.
Sorry.
Long tires, Dave.
No, I went wide.
It's alright, mate.
Basically.
Keep going.
Ah, hello. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now do you see the reason why I hate her? So
That was just the nature of that corner then.
That corner.
Also, you've gone in a bit tight on this one, so you're slow on the exit.
oh, when people do this to me. Oh, dead. Stick. SGP.
You just nailed it.
Oh, sorry, Dave.
You nailed 2 in 2 corners, Steve.
No, hang on. I did not touch Lewis. I was alongside him and he drove off the track.
Look at it. Look at it.
Right, I'm letting cars
I'll
through.
check the footage later.
Yeah. I was that busy looking at Lewis off the track. I hit the back of Demonr.
Right,
This
Lewis,
is what I mean.
don't attempt overtake. Don't attempt overtakes here.
I hope everyone did that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I get the opportunity, I'm going to fucking go for it. But
No, you can be opportunities. But
yeah, but no, it's not the best of
they're
places
very
to
rare.
try.
Did I like them?
I thought you was going to the pits.
Oh. Stanley anchored on there. I got through it.
You don't want to be on the left there, Lewis. Back out of that. Back out of it. Back out of it. Back out of it.
That's right.
Told you. You don't want to. You don't want to overtake on the left-hand side down that hill. Right? Listen to my experience. This goes for anyone. You do not want to be on the left-hand side coming down the hill into that hairpin, because you have to turn right so much you lose control of the car. So you see, Lewis, how you lost the position there, effectively. If you'd have backed out a bit and waited, you wouldn't have lost anything. So don't try attacking these guys at the minute. Just follow. Just follow and learn. Look where they're putting their car. Too late on the brakes. Right, okay. Alright, Lewis, make sure you're hitting your braking points, yeah?
Freaking awesome.
No, I've got deep.
Done beat.
Good exit out. Good exit. That same bloody corner.
Yeah.
That was a risky one, that. I know I said don't go for the overtake on the left, but at the same time, you don't want to be on the right, because if you put someone on the left, they'll lose control of their car, and you end up with a very tight corner, and you're out of control. Hopefully, lesson learned.
Whoa!
I just...
Thing is, Lewis, right? You're not doing what I've mentioned to you. Follow us. Don't overtake us, and I don't mean me. Follow whoever is in front of you. Well, yeah, okay, a bit late now, but if you follow, that's when you can learn the most. Even I still do it now. I see how close I can get to the back of another car without making contact.
I think I better slow now.
Sorry, Fluff.
I just carry too much.
On 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
I'm trying to like conserve it. Oh.
There's an easy way to conserve it though. Just Tyler's been there. Oh!
The amount I have learned is like just dying off. It's just like just dying off. For me, just dying off.
Lewis, just come and watch me through these last couple of minutes, yeah?
Whoa. Control that.
That's deep.
That's all right. I feel like I'm going to be the one who's going to get all the penalties in this race. I'm going to have a bet on that.
Oh, sorry, Fluffy. I thought you took mine off.
I'll have like minus 30 points, guaranteed.
Not necessarily.
Are you sure? Because the amount of speed I've been carrying, the amount of...
but that's fixable. Lewis, listen to me. You can fix that. You carrying speed into the corner is not a good thing. It is not. And how do you fix
That's what
it?
I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but how do you fix it? Brake earlier. Lift off earlier.
Like, try and put your car alongside. Keep well back.
If you get a good run out of a corner, right, and you are catching up to the car that's in front of you, lift off the throttle. So everything that you were doing at Monza, do that. Apart from the bits where you're braking on the grass. But yeah, just do what you were doing at Monza. You were doing the right things. And you can do exactly the same here.
So much knowledge and information I got to.
Well, I know it might sound like it's a lot of stuff to take in, but it comes down to two very, very simple things. And that is lift off and brake. That's all it comes down to. Lift off and brake.
Right, this corner I got it sorted. And the one that has the number 5 I got.
Tell you what, Lewis, are you watching me, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'm going to show you what happens if I take that faster inside line into this next corner, yeah? Steve F1, just watch out.
Final lap.
And I'm off. Why, what? That's what I'm
You were
talking
fast
about.
though, Dave.
That's what I'm talking about. I was so fast
were
on the way
fast.
into the corner. I was fast on the way in, but I was shit slow on the way out, and I've lost a position. I've hurt my tyres, and that's all because I went in fast. How do I fix that? Fuck off, Dave, you crazy bastard! There's a pit lane on the right, David. Yeah, that's it. You back off. Yeah, right. So I took that tighter inside line. Yeah, it was fast on the way in, but so slow on the way out, and I ended up off the track. So if I was attempting an overtake there, not only would I have not made the overtake, I may have hit the other person, I'll have lost that position I was trying to get, and probably lost more if there was people following. How'd you fix it? Use the racing line. Go on the guides that I mentioned. Stick to them. And as Gary says, and no tyre wear as a result of lifting and coasting. I didn't pit then.
It's just because you can't get up towards a car in front of you, it doesn't mean that I've got to overtake.
No.
You got to wait for the opportunity to overtake.
Yeah.
I do. It's just that there's so much speed that you're carrying through this course that sometimes a person can't really handle so much. You know what I'm saying?
Let me try this. Let me try this a different way, right? Lewis, you know how you're carrying loads of speed into a corner, and you've noticed that you're carrying loads of speed into a corner. Hello.
Yes.
Right. That means you are aware that you are carrying too much speed into a corner. So, do something about it. What are you going to do about it?
I know practice makes perfect, right?
Don't forget, I did say to you yesterday though, don't burn yourself out doing too much practice, because you put too much pressure on yourself.
Right. If you were to set some goals, Lewis, for the race on Thursday.
Stay away from Steve F1, stay away from Connor, stay away from Dave the Arp.
What goals would you want to set for yourself?
I don't know, really. Like,
Well,
I never set any goal, I just go for it.
Right, okay. Having goals is always a good thing because it gives you something to aim for, right? Now, during that race you were saying, I'm worried that I'm going to get loads of penalties in this race, probably 30 or 40 points. There's a goal for you, try and get no penalties at all.
Well...
Now, hang on. What's the best way of getting no penalties? And I'll tell you now, it's not by waiting and giving the position back after you had an accident. It's by not having the accident in the first place.
Yep.
Because if you don't have an accident, people can't report you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you're carrying too much speed, you're likely to have an accident. So if you want to set a goal, your goal should be to try and prevent yourself from carrying too much speed by easing off the throttle, using some brakes when necessary, avoiding the cars when they're near you. And unfortunately, if you do have a bit of a coming together, if you feel it's your fault, then yes, give the position back where it's safe to do so. Not immediately on the exit of a corner, not necessarily on the racing line either.
Yeah.
But your first goal should be not to have an incident.
Who's second in the championship? Do it right in front of them. What I would say as well, Lewis, is right. Practicing on your own is very different to practicing with cars around you, but practicing with cars around you is so much more beneficial because you get to try certain things and find out what works and what doesn't. So for example, when I know there was me, Dave the Arp and a couple of others on, I think it might have been yesterday, I can't remember, or no, day before, and going into the fast section I was next to Dave the Arp, but I pre-warned him. I says, right, I'm going for this, Dave. And I didn't pre-warn him to let him know I'm going for it. I pre-warned him to let him know, basically, look, I'm going to give this a try, but only because I need to know what works and what don't. And it didn't work. I learned that. I then went on the other side of him on another lap and said, I'm going for this as well. And it didn't work that side either. Now, that's where practicing with other cars comes in. So what you got to think sometimes is, you know, like then when I was saying down the hill towards the hairpin, or you don't want to be attacking on the left hand side, you don't, because what happens is you end up getting the car sideways and you can't stop it in time. But at the same time, if you go to the right hand side, then you've got that car on the left of you that's going to struggle, but also you're going to struggle. Bollocks to Brexit. They should make me fucking Prime Minister, you know.
No.
Lewis, are you going to take part in this next practice race? If so, you need to hit the green tick so we can get started.
So okay, so what you're saying is my first goal is to get less penalties.
No.
No, nothing to do with penalties as such. What it is, but it's not to have the incidents that could bring the penalties. So your first thing should be is to try and prevent any incidents, because with incidents, that's when the penalties could come. So try and not have the incidents in the first place.
In a short sense, do whatever it takes to avoid every single car.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I approach it. If I'm near someone, I will do everything I need to do or can do to make sure I don't make contact with that car.
Even if it means allowing that car to overtake you.
Exactly.
Instead of going into a corner side by side, let them go ahead of you so you can get the better exit and try and overtake them back again. Anyway, Lewis, we're about to start another race, so if you want to join us, you need to hit that green tick.
If you want to just watch and see what other people are doing, that might help if you're feeling a bit drained from driving.
Or do you want me to put you at the back?
I'll do it again.
From the back or front?
I'll do it from the front.
Okay.
Like when I was doing it with a few people, when a few people joined without anyone else, I was doing so well, and then now I'm like.
Well, the more cars, the more chance there is of having incidents, because you've got cars in front of you, cars next to you, cars behind you. There's just the percentages are greater if you have incidents. I've had loads of incidents so far today, but I'm taking it on the chin, and I hope everyone else would, because today's practice. Today's practice, and I'm making the mistakes today, so hopefully I don't make them on Thursday. I'm learning from my mistakes.
A little rally then.
I mean, Rich is watching as well, and he's commented saying, yeah, following people would help a lot. I mean, I do it, like in that race then I was following with no intent of overtaking, just following and seeing what I need to do. And it's a very good thing to do, just follow with no intention of overtaking anyone is a very good tool to use. Just pass people when they make mistakes. It's quite interesting watching everyone fighting like mad, and
you went half throttle behind them, keeping them.
Like Dave the Arch just binged it at turn 1. Did a bit, Dave. And Steve F1. Ooh. I actually had a dream about dirty tyres.
Is that a name?
Yeah.
I just hate the dip of this car. You know, I'm just gonna let everyone. Oh god.
Try to let everyone past and kill Steve. oh shit. Oh,
See what I mean? Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I've gone dizzy. I've got what appears to be an odd medical situation, which is that sometimes when I laugh, I go dizzy to the point of feeling sick and about to black out.
This will make Dave laugh on Thursday.
Yeah. It's all to do with
that, man. Don't do it.
It's all to do with lack of oxygen to the brain.
Oh, Steve.
Oh, I'm miles behind now, aren't I?
Was that me, Steve, or was it not me?
No, it's completely my own fault.
Okay.
Right, yeah, Lewis, so if you're following them, right, do whatever it takes to stay behind them. I know it's a bit weird for a race, but if that means lifting off, lift off. If it means being on the brakes on the fast bits, be on the brakes.
Hey, Twilight, you're doing well.
Oh, you evil bastard.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Liver gap, isn't there?
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh, that was close.
Oh no.
Well done, Steve.
Thank you. That was nice and clean. How we like it.
Can be done, Dave. It's not good, but it can be done.
Yeah, now you're 5 wide into turn 1. Well done.
Oh, I've been hit.
Oh, I'm like with Steve. I'm with Steve. Hello.
I think I just caused Lewis to go off. He was soloing me and I had to break myself. I think he just did what I did.
No.
Looks like you lost your focus, Lewis. Take a break. Don't be too hard on
I
yourself.
think I may have trained myself too hard.
Yep, quite possibly.
I trained like literally
With the
half
wall?
a day each
With the wall?
on Sunday.
It was corner, we had a bit of
Plus
contact
all day
mid-corner.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
Honestly, there is such a thing as practicing too much, you crazy bastard. Yeah, there is such a thing as practicing too much, because I've experienced it before, and everything good you've done on previous days goes out the window. The trick, and I've talked about this with some of the top gamers in the world, the trick is to understand when you're having an off day in practice.
Yeah.
And go, you know what? I think I'll give myself a bit of a break now, I'll go and do something different. Because the harder you try, the harder it gets.
When we used to do a lot of racing on Formula 1 games, we'd sit there and we'd be trying to find the best setup for it and try and find the fastest way around the track, the fastest lap, and we'd get slower and slower and slower, and we wouldn't understand why. Then the next day we'd load it up, go on it, and we'd be faster again.
Yep.
It's just that you end up doing too much.
I want to report Steve F1 for making me need to buy a new pair of pants.
I've been like practicing things Saturdays. I think that's why. Training my ass. Demonr!
Come on.
No, I say too much.
See you in a bit, Lewis. Steve F1's trying that wide line, and there's his wiggle.
No, you don't.
Oh,
he's still there.
Oh God. Oh, Dave! I was just about to back out of it.
I had to lose off.
Sorry, did I?
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no! Oh,
Oh,
no!
no, hit the curb.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, fucking hell, I've gone dizzy again. Oh no.
The curb launched me up in the air.
I need the rest.
That's weird. I saw Jason go in the pit lane of one end, come out the other.
Oh, was that weird?
Because of how short it was. I was behind him when he went in one end, did he come out behind me at the other?
Oh, that's what you said.
Just like, surely there
So
wasn't enough time to
going
stop.
one and not the other.
They must have put his tyres on his car without him stopping.
Ooh, sorry Dave, sorry Dave, sorry Dave.
Oh, I'm got one, I'm rallying.
I was daydreaming then. I was daydreaming about IKEA comments.
I made a good oversight there.
I noticed.
Oh, bad side here. Sorry, Steve. Oh, let's get the undercut on me. One beat.
So I'm not going for that gap.
There you go, man.
Oh. Turn your motherfucker.
Oh, you sneaky cunt.
You're not stinky cunt.
Sneaky cunt. Oh shit! Sorry, so that was a that was a bad one. I went for a switchback, and yeah, it didn't work. Alright, we can do this, Dave. We can do it.
I see twilight coming, so I fancy it.
I just literally thought, no.
Oh!
Did he get in?
Just got away with it. Well, 3 seconds off the lead. Oh. Nowhere to go. Too cautious, jump.
Yeah. Where are you coming? Oh, I can't remember complete one play.
Ah, bollocks! You tagged them back here, didn't I?
Oh,
I was glad I wanted the pits. When you're inside. Was that your first stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now.
Oh no. Whoa. That was close. Uh-oh.
Good.
You want that fluffy, you're prepared to go too wide.
Did you use the grass then, Tyler?
That door was open, I was in it.
Good move.
Oh no, you squeezed me, you bastard.
Oh, sorry, Puffy.
Bastard. Shit. I had to go that way, go see Connor fucking doing the same things with me.
You were so out of control then.
No.
No, I could see your arrow sliding.
Yeah, I slid it into the corner. That's not out of control.
Oh,
It was
no.
a controlled slide. I knew exactly what I was doing. That was what you call right on the limit. Don't forget as well, right? To maximise the best start of a race, you need to have 5% slip of wheel spin, 5% wheel spin. That was just 5% of angle into the corner, that's all that was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off.
Or
Me
you-
too.
Say Twilight.
Yeah,
Since
I'll
we're
see
out.
you. It'll be
Well done,
Thursday
John.
now because I'm off to Blackpool.
Yeah, have a good time, mate.
Have fun.
Alright.
See you all. Good night.
See you
Have a good day,
later.
mate.
See you later. Wilson.
Wilson.
I think I'm gonna end my live stream there. So fuck off, Gary. Stop
Get a
fucking
life.
watching YouTube. You're on holiday with the missus. She's probably sat there thinking, I thought he was going to fucking propose to me on this romantic fucking holiday. All he's done is sit there listening to fucking porn and fucking race cars. Right, I am going to end my live stream now. See you later.
Good night, Carrie.